The One Above All is the supreme being within the Marvel Universe, standing as the ultimate source of creation, life, and cosmic order. Regarded as the omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent force behind all existence, the One Above All transcends time, space, and dimensional boundaries. Unlike other cosmic entities that embody specific aspects of the universe, the One Above All exists beyond all forms and functions as the singular, supreme architect of the multiverse, rarely appearing in Marvel narratives. The One Above All is deliberately surrounded in mystery, often represented symbolically rather than directly. When manifestations do occur, they are usually brief, often taking the form of a humble figure imparting wisdom or guidance to characters at pivotal moments. In one appearance, the One Above All comforted Peter Parker during a moment of grief, highlighting the being's role not only as a cosmic creator, but also as a compassionate overseer. Some interpretations suggest that the One Above All serves as a metafictional representation of the creators and writers of Marvel itself, highlighting the entity's absolute authority over all stories and characters. Among the countless forces that shape the Marvel multiverse, none embody justice as fully as the Living Tribunal. This cosmic entity exists to safeguard the balance between good and evil, as well as order and chaos across every universe. Transcending time and space, the Tribunal functions not as a god, but as a judge, an entity beyond emotion, allegiance, or mortal comprehension. Its form is symbolic, with three faces, known as equity, necessity, and vengeance, each representing an aspect of perfect judgment. Only when all three are in agreement does the Tribunal act, ensuring that no decision is made without absolute balance. With that being said, the Living Tribunal does not involve itself in trivial affairs. Its presence is reserved for matters of multiversal consequence, such as realities collapsing or cosmic laws being violated. The Tribunal operates with authority granted directly from the One Above All, the only entity that surpasses it. When necessary, the Living Tribunal has judged entire universes, stripped individuals of cosmic power, and even erased threats from existence entirely. Its decisions are final, beyond appeal or resistance. In rare circumstances, the Tribunal has appointed mortal beings to act as its agents, granting them immense responsibility to carry out its will on a smaller scale. The Living Tribunal remains a mysterious but constant presence in the fabric of Marvel's cosmology. Not driven by ambition or morality, it represents pure balance, a necessary force, ensuring that the design of existence remains intact. Eternity is the living embodiment of the Marvel Universe itself, a vast, incomprehensible force that personifies all of time, space, matter, and energy. Represented often as a humanoid silhouette filled with galaxies and stars, Eternity exists outside the confines of mortal understanding, operating on a scale far beyond planetary or even multiversal concerns. Eternity coexists alongside other primal forces such as infinity, death, oblivion, and the Living Tribunal. Where others govern aspects of existence, Eternity is existence. Every moment, world, and dimension resides within him. He does not typically interfere in lesser conflicts, but when the fabric of the universe is endangered, be it through cosmic imbalance, existential threats, or the distortion of time and reality, he has acted decisively. He has summoned champions, empowered beings such as Doctor Strange, and confronted cosmic threats including Thanos, Dormammu, and the Beyonders. Although immensely powerful, Eternity is not omnipotent. He can be challenged, restrained, or even wounded under certain circumstances, especially by beings wielding reality-warping artifacts like the Infinity Gauntlet, or by multiversal scale forces. Still, his existence is essential, as without him, the universe would cease to have structure or continuity. Eternity often speaks in cryptic, poetic language, reflecting his vast perspective and detachment from linear thoughts. Despite his grandeur, he occasionally displays a form of empathy towards sentient life, recognizing its role within the larger whole. While Eternity represents the totality of space, Infinity is the embodiment of all time and endless possibility within the Marvel Universe. She is not a god, but a cosmic constant, an abstract force that transcends mortality and physical form. Often depicted as a graceful cosmic figure, cloaked in starlight, Infinity mirrors her brother Eternity, with whom she shares dominion over all that exists. As a fundamental entity, Infinity exists beyond the physical universe, embodying the endless flow of time and existence. She governs the forward momentum of events and the infinite branching paths of reality, ensuring that time itself unfolds in harmony with the cosmic order. Together with Eternity, She forms the dual essence of the universe, space and time in perfect balance. While she rarely intervenes directly, her influence can be felt in moments of crisis or when time itself is threatened. She has on rare occasions communicated with mortals or lent her power to preserve the cosmic balance, often through avatars. Although immensely powerful, Infinity does not act impulsively. Her decisions reflect the vast scale on which she operates, considering consequences not in years or centuries, but in eras and eons. She has stood as both witness and judge in conflicts that could fracture time itself, from multiversal collapses to the misuse of artifacts like the Infinity Stones. Without her, time would shatter and the cosmos with it. Death is a sentient, eternal force. She is the quiet inevitability that follows creation, existing as one of the foundational constants that govern reality. While feared by mortals and respected by cosmic beings, Death herself remains detached and committed to her purpose. Often depicted as a shrouded female figure, sometimes beautiful, Death is neither malevolent or benevolent. Her role is not to punish, but to maintain the balance of existence by ensuring that all things, from the smallest organism to entire galaxies, have an end. What sets Death apart is her influence across all planets of reality. Gods, mutants, aliens, and cosmic titans alike must eventually answer to her. She has remained an object of obsession for many, most famously Thanos, who fell in love with her and committed unspeakable acts in a desperate attempt to gain her favor. Yet Death rarely speaks, and when she does, her words carry the weight of finality. Though she holds immense power, Death does not act on whims. She has on rare occasions resurrected beings or allowed returns from the grave, but always in accordance with a larger cosmic balance. She does not seek worship or revenge, she simply is. Her existence is a reminder that no matter how powerful or eternal a being may seem, all stories must one day reach their end. Long before creation, time, matter, or thought, there was Oblivion. Unlike other cosmic entities that embody aspects of existence, Oblivion represents the absence of everything. He is not death nor destruction, but the void that exists beyond reality itself. Oblivion is often portrayed as a vast, shadowy figure without fixed form, shrouded in emptiness rather than substance. His presence signifies dissolution, the unraveling of matter, identity, and even concept. Oblivion is the silence before creation, and the abyss waiting beyond the end of all things. He does not intervene often, but when he does, it is to reclaim fragments of reality that have drifted too far into imbalance or decay. On rare occasions, he has manifested avatars, such as Maelstrom, to act on his behalf in the realm of the living. Though feared by many, Oblivion is not evil. He is an essential part of the universal equation. Without him, the cycle of renewal and rebirth would collapse, for it is in contrast to his nothingness that existence gains meaning. Galactus is one of the most powerful cosmic entities in the Marvel Universe. Originating from a time before the current universe, Galactus was once a mortal named Galan from the planet Ta, which existed in the universe that preceded the Big Bang. As that universe collapsed, Galan merged with the sentience of the cosmos, emerging in the new universe as a being of immense power and purpose. Known as the Devourer of Worlds, Galactus sustains his existence by consuming the life force of entire planets. He travels the cosmos in his immense starship, often preceded by heralds such as the Silver Surfer, who scout for suitable worlds to feed his hunger. Though often perceived as a villain due to his destructive nature, Galactus is not inherently evil. He is a force of cosmic balance, representing a necessary aspect of the universe's cycle of death and rebirth. Galactus has clashed with numerous heroes, including the Fantastic Four and the Avengers, yet he has often been portrayed as a reluctant destroyer burdened by his eternal role. Over time, various cosmic beings and civilizations have sought to destroy, manipulate, or worship him, viewing him as either a threat or a god. Despite his overwhelming power, Galactus has faced moments of vulnerability, including periods of starvation and temporary defeat. In more recent storylines, Galactus has occasionally allied with heroes to confront greater threats, suggesting a complexity beyond his destructive facade. Emerging from a realm outside the known multiverse, the Beyonder is a being whose power once surpassed that of the entire Marvel cosmos combined. Neither god nor mortal, he originates from a dimension known simply as the Beyond Realm, an existence fundamentally different from the fabric of known reality. The Beyonder's power is virtually limitless. Upon observing the Marvel Universe, he became fascinated by concepts such as desire, identity, and conflict. This curiosity led him to orchestrate the event known as the Secret Wars, where he transported heroes and villains to a constructed world called Battleworld, forcing them to confront their deepest ambitions and fears. Through this experiment, the Beyonder sought to understand the nature of power, free will, and human complexity. Unlike cosmic abstracts such as eternity or death, the Beyonder operates without a defined role in the universal order. His existence defies the laws of balance, which makes him both fascinating and dangerously unpredictable. At his peak, he could easily warp reality, destroying galaxies, resurrecting the dead, and nullifying cosmic entities. Over time, the Beyonder evolved from a near-omnipotent outsider into a more self-aware being, grappling with questions of purpose and limitation. At different points in continuity, he has been retconned as a member of the Beyonders, a race of powerful entities responsible for catastrophic multiversal incursions. Though his power has changed depending on which story he appears in, the Beyonder remains one of the most interesting forces in Marvel history. The Celestials are among the most ancient and intriguing cosmic entities in the Marvel Universe. Their arrival predates most known civilizations, and their influence has shaped the evolution of entire species, including humanity itself. Mysterious in purpose and near unfathomable in scale, these colossal beings are the architects of life, death, and cosmic order across countless galaxies. The Celestials are rarely seen, yet their presence is always profound. It was the Celestials who once visited Earth in prehistoric times, conducting genetic experiments that led to the creation of both the Eternals and the Deviants, altering the course of human destiny forever. Their motivations remain largely mysterious. They are not benevolent guides, nor malicious tyrants, but rather cosmic gardeners, planting, pruning, and sometimes destroying entire civilizations to maintain a larger balance. Their judgments are final, and their actions are irreversible. Throughout history, the Celestials have returned to observe their works. When they deem a world unworthy or unstable, they do not hesitate to destroy it. Despite their silence, their actions ripple through the multiverse, sparking wars, awakening powers, and rewriting destinies. The full scope of the Celestials' agenda remains a mystery. Are they instruments of creation, stewards of cosmic evolution, or simply ancient scientists executing a vast experiment? Whatever the answer, one truth remains. When the Celestials appear in the sky, the fate of entire worlds hangs in the balance. The Watchers are one of the oldest and most mysterious races in the Marvel Universe, tasked with one singular purpose: to observe and record the events of the cosmos without interference. Originating billions of years ago, the Watchers once attempted to share their vast knowledge with less advanced civilizations, only to witness those gifts lead to destruction. This tragedy defined their philosophy, and from then on, they adopted a strict oath of non-intervention. Each Watcher is assigned to monitor a specific part of the universe, silently chronicling everything from the rise of civilizations to multiversal cataclysms. Among them, Uatu is the most prominent, having been stationed on Earth's moon to observe humanity's development. Though bound by his people's code, he has repeatedly intervened in pivotal moments, unable to ignore threats of extraordinary scale. The Watchers possess immense cosmic awareness and knowledge, often knowing events before they unfold. They have witnessed the formation of galaxies, the birth and death of gods, and the weaving of fate itself. Despite their passive role, their presence carries weight. Their silent observation alone often signifies that something monumental is about to occur. In rare cases, the Watchers have assembled to bear witness to events of such magnitude that they threaten the balance of existence itself. While they do not rule or manipulate, their archives hold the deepest truths of the multiverse, truths even the most powerful beings may not comprehend. Chaos and order are two fundamental cosmic entities in the Marvel Universe, representing the eternal opposites that govern existence itself. Chaos is the embodiment of unpredictability and freedom, while order stands for structure, control, and stability. Together, they form a duality that shapes the natural rhythms of the multiverse. These entities are not gods or beings with desires in the traditional sense. Instead, they function as primal forces, neither good nor evil, but essential. They rarely appear directly, but often act through powerful avatars. One such example is the creation of the In-Betweener, a being meant to serve both chaos and order equally. However, even this fusion of opposites struggle to maintain internal balance, revealing just how incompatible the two forces can be. Chaos and order are most often depicted as radiant, abstract figures, often existing beyond physical space and time. They observe the multiverse with detachment, only stepping in when the scales tip too far in one direction. Though they almost never intervene in mortal affairs, their influences fell everywhere, from the collapse of galaxies to the mortal choices of individual beings. Without chaos, there would be no innovation or evolution. Without order, nothing would last and all would dissolve. The push and pull between them is what keeps the universe alive and in motion. Kronos is a cosmic entity best known as the embodiment of time and a godlike figure tied to the origins of the Eternals. Once a mortal Eternal himself, Kronos achieved transcendence through a catastrophic experiment, transforming into a being of cosmic awareness and timeless power. Originally a brilliant scientist and philosopher, among the Eternals of Earth, Kronos sought to understand the deeper structure of the universe. His most daring experiment, an attempt to study the essence of time and cosmic energy, resulted in a massive explosion that disintegrated his physical form. However, instead of perishing, Kronos was reborn as a disembodied force, his consciousness fused with the very flow of time itself. In this new form, Kronos became a guardian of time and cosmic balance. Though he rarely takes physical shape, his influence is vast and often felt in the manipulation of temporal events. He exists outside conventional reality, observing the movements of galaxies and the destinies of gods with detached wisdom. Kronos is also known as the grandfather of Thanos. When Thanos once wielded the Infinity Gauntlet, it was Kronos who joined the other cosmic entities in an effort to stop him. Despite his vast power, Kronos typically refrains from direct intervention, preferring to maintain the balance of cosmic forces, unless the very fabric of time is at risk. Epoch and Eon are cosmic entities in the Marvel Universe, both serving as embodiments of time and evolution. They are caretakers of cosmic awareness, each continuing the legacy of guiding and empowering those destined to protect the balance of existence. Eon, the elder of the two, was one of the first abstract beings created by Eternity to assist in the maintenance of universal order. Eon served as the guardian of the cosmic axis and was closely associated with the concept of time as it relates to life and growth. Among Eon's most significant roles was selecting and mentoring the protectors of the universe, champions granted the quantum bands, and tasked with defending reality itself. The most famous of these was Quasar, who inherited both the power and responsibility under Eon's guidance. Eventually, Eon was slain by Maelstrom during a cosmic conflict, but from Eon's death emerged Epoch, Eon's offspring and successor. Though younger and less experienced, Epoch inherited the same responsibilities, acting as a cosmic custodian with immense knowledge and temporal awareness. Both Eon and Epoch operate from realms that transcend physical space, communicating with chosen beings through visions, manifestations, or direct psychic connection. Together, Eon and Epoch symbolize the ongoing cycle of time, legacy, and rebirth. The Stranger is a powerful cosmic entity in the Marvel Universe, known for his mysterious nature, immense intellect, and deep fascination with the workings of existence. The Stranger is a cosmic scientist and philosopher, roaming the universe in pursuit of knowledge, understanding, and experimentation. His origins remain deliberately vague. He does not represent a specific force of nature, but instead operates as an observer and manipulator of cosmic phenomena. The Stranger often approaches entire civilizations as test subjects, evaluating their moral structure, technological advancement, or evolutionary potential. His methods are often seen as cold or invasive, but his actions are rarely motivated by malice. To the Stranger, reality is a grand experiment, and he is its wandering scholar. He can manipulate matter on a planetary scale, warp reality, and travel across dimensions at will. Despite this, he rarely interferes in galactic affairs, unless something piques his intellectual curiosity. On occasion, this has led to clashes with Earth's heroes, specifically when his experiments threaten innocent lives or the stability of a world. The Stranger maintains a massive laboratory world, where he stores entire species, artifacts, and anomalies for study. He is neither hero nor villain, but something in between, someone who is always watching and always learning. The Phoenix Force is one of the most powerful and enigmatic entities in the Marvel Universe, an ancient cosmic manifestation of life, death, and rebirth. Neither hero nor villain, it is a fundamental force of nature, representing the spark of creation and the fire of destruction in equal measure. Wherever life exists, so too does the Phoenix, watching, waiting, and occasionally intervening in ways that reshape entire realities. The Phoenix Force is a primal force, older than most galaxies and connected to the very fabric of existence. It is drawn to beings of great potential, often merging with them to fulfill its purpose. Its most iconic host is Jean Grey, whose bond with the Phoenix has triggered some of the most cataclysmic events in Marvel history, including the infamous Dark Phoenix saga. The Phoenix Force is not bound by morality. It can act as a protector, nurturing evolution and rebirth, or as a destroyer, reducing worlds to ash to cleanse them of stagnation. It is known to incinerate threats to universal balance, yet also to grant incredible power to those it deems worthy. Its symbol, a fiery bird, is more than myth. It is an echo of its eternal cycle. When bonded with a host, the Phoenix amplifies its ambitions to godlike levels, granting control over matter, energy, time, and even life itself. But with that being said, this power comes at a cost. The host's will must remain strong, or risk being consumed by the force's overwhelming nature. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below your thoughts on any of the godlike Marvel entities I discussed in this video, and subscribe if you would like to see a part 2 or more videos like this one. Thank you again, and goodbye.